VCT 史上最长的比分纪录又被刷新了，来自 EMEA 赛区的 BBL 对上 FUT。这场比赛关系到欧洲赛区 Omega 组的种子队伍，两方一路击斗到了25比23，总计48回合的比赛，刷新了由正居与 TSM 在2021北美挑战者创下的纪录。让我们一起来看看这场比赛吧。
The second pistol round or the first, depending on when you're joining us. BBL on the attack and moving it towards the A site this time. I see movement. Oh, the ninja in Times Square. His foot already find the opening duel. It's Mr. Fallen with a shock dart, but there's pressure on him as he is being surrounded. Yedajay here to help, but not for long. It's all Mr. Fallen and an ace just around the corner, stolen by Cracks. Too far?
Take flight.
You can doubt him. You can doubt him. I'll send him the clip.
There we go.
Spike down.
Looking
B.
like a potential easy start to the game. Mr. Fallen almost having that Hunter's Fury online. Of course, he's going to go back for more because worst case he goes down and he's one orb away. And well, it always looks impressive.
Across the board or three pistols as we'll often see, a little two with some bulldogs. Stinger can still pack a little bit of a punch, and it certainly has, taking down one. But Yedajay, he's now got players right above him. The paranoia doesn't catch. He's given an opportunity for a little bit more. The classic comes out, and it nearly deals with Profect. Levin on 15 HP. And what should have been an easy round, now they've got to contend with two players. The HP disadvantage, but Levin, he's not playing shy. Just one bullet needed from any weapon, but he goes swinging, gets them a 2v1. Leaves the 30 HP Zeus as the last man standing. Wrap around from BBL2. I like this. He's looking the wrong way and heavy trap.
From Cracks. I think it got far more done than ever expected. The only thing I'd say in response to that, that's actually a good thing for BBL, is that Levin has got off to a great start. Because...
Oh my goodness. Start for the attack side. They get the round on the board.
Okay. Better than Liquid.
Well, that it is, Tom. That it is. One is better than none, I'll say that. Profect down. FUT putting up a good fight on the A side. A little more for Zeus. A triple kill. And we talked about him against Lounge, seemingly secured. Sociable in their way, but not for long. Cracks quickly dispatching it until the post-match interviews. The conversation. Whoa, Yassine it is! He's gone for the forward dash, a staple of Yassine, and 1-0. Wish he didn't try to steal away. Levin's got two, and a little bit more! Oh, I talk about a round like this, where BBL had pistols, where it should have been a walk in the park.
Especially with that initial pick. Profect happy to play deep, while Levin's just about survived. 5 HP and still kicking. They've got to get past Sociable though. The bodyguard at the top of the site, and while looking for that final knife, it will be Profect that helps confirm.
Ultimately, that's all he needs to do. Ultimate sent through from Tejo at long last, and it's trying to send these players into Levin's crosshair. He's good to find one. His blade's removed, but he's still got bullets. Good for a second, but Cracks does the same. Triples up, in fact. We said we wanted to see this man return to form, and that three-piece may just be the start of it. Nobody can bring him back into the round, and they're content to just wait this one out, expecting a move from FUT, even fake planting to try and bait them into aggression. And aggression's about to come through. Profect had the angle, and he had the reaction. Falling down, and it's all onto Ada Captain.
Oh, for a clutch. First shot connected, know where his opponent is, and wants to try and bait him. Profect to spamming and taking a big risk around the side of it. Jumping through the air. Connects onto Ada Captain.
There's 3 players in position on A, but the Killjoy setup about to get the information that there's some contact to be had. Paranoia goes through. Yumpy the one to land onto Zeus, but it's the site that we're looking at. It's Yedajay who's clinging on. Ult has to be destroyed, and it will be just in time. Levin catching the rotation, and a 7-5 closer in this half.
Just being able to get so many valuable entries, and it doesn't look like that's going to stop here. 4 players grouping up into middle. Sociable this time will be the one to start, but has the support of his little Turkish brother. They haven't checked the corner though. This is a mistake. A chance for Yedajay to completely turn this round on his head. And with pressure already being put in over on the other side, he's just holding down the line.
Well, that's their back secure. That is for sure. They got to get their front sorted down. Knowing that means there'll be an isolated player. Drone goes through. There's one spotted. All the info to play with now. Question is, what do you do with it? Knife about to be online. Salvos 2. They'll go to backside. most of the time, and indeed that's what's cleared out here. Boathouse pushing them into Yumpy. He's good for the first. The spin on the second! Good on a dime! And now the defuse can be found. Pressuring Yedije into the peak. In fact, it's already half. He's gonna go quick. He's gonna be fast! And he's not gonna be fast enough! Now we'll see. 4 rounds before they can equalize. Weak weapons! He's not going through the smoke against an eco. I know he's not gonna do that. He's done it. He has done it. And that's gotta be frustrating. Now you get the—
disrespecting them. Currently just running away with this map and doing it on a map that is synonymous with this region. It really has been a true show, and while Adacaptain is just trying to get himself an orb, 15 pieces of always dangerous. Zeus looking to take that fight again. There is nothing alongside him.
Assists on so many of these players, but hasn't been connecting here. Cracks taking the game into his own hands at times, and he's found one onto Levin. A big pick early on, and info that there's 2 on backside, but he doesn't know one was a little closer. Yedije finding both of those players, in fact, but the flank up from Mr. letting Yumpy make the first move. A beautiful plan, a beautiful display. Now, what should be a secured round off time alone. Hunter's Fury may be needed if the first pick was found, but there's still a man on the site to lock it down.
Revealing area.
Hunter's Fury immediately popped. Prophet dead to rights, not able to execute off that. They're going to utilize the Armageddon and the Blade Storm in tandem and attempt to try and find something, but instead, all it's really done is slowed. Yedije also waiting. He's bought his time. This is perfect. The problem of not having all of that Sentinel utility is you can easily sneak in from behind. And while
that's come through from Yedije, he's made his way right back down the middle and is waiting for this playthrough short, reading Magnum like a book. Although he's not needed.
Very aggressive stance in towards B main. Try and take some of that control away, and that's a great start. Levin will
back on BBL, move towards B main and get the rifle, but sent back by Krax's knife. The A side under threat and weaker weapons, bad positions, and a quick can get anything else done in this round. For FUT, it's just going to be a patient display as they. Oh my goodness, Levin! Relax, he's found another! A 4th, in fact! The young gun of Levin denied the ace again! And it's Krax looking to pick up the pieces with just Sociable around that could go BBL's way. A stick to half that cost him his life.
Aggressive, you can't really blame him at this point. He's been so good thus far, but he has been shut down.
Just phenomenal player. Out short, FUT were more than ready. The lockdown to seize the site. Notably BBL playing offside here, of course. Being well aware that that lockdown was to come into play. It will not be destroyed. They'll be forced to stand outside and wait as FUT presumably walk their way in. Mr. Fallen lurking on mid finds mass value. Sociable with a double before he falls. Fallen late into main. You can't expect Yumpy to be here, but he gets him anyways.
Played isolated.
150 health on Mr. Fallen. Not a scratch after those early duels. Up close is Magnum. 1 shot needed, and it's Mr. Fallen to land it. Another clip, but now 2 Red Bull clutches back-to-back. FUT with momentum, with wind in their sails, up against pistols, but it's Levin to drop Zeus. It looks like they're in bumpy waters.
Peek before the flash.
In the midst of a storm.
Versus Vandals across the board. There should be no chance to make it back into this site, and while going in 1 by 1 is going to only make it all the more easy for this squad to try and get something done, and it really is just no problem whatsoever for FUT in this scenario. Sociable, an attempt to try and bring things back, but they're already repositioning, looking to just try and get out of there. Well, Yedije with a
BBL, but it not being enough for so many rounds now. We've seen them make that recovery. This is a crazy TP. Adacaptain's on the back of B, and it's not like the whole team's about to come and meet him. Magnum knows, but he still loses the fight. The site now divided as Sociables looking forward. He's got a player coming through main. He's barely evaded his sight. In fact, I think they might have spotted him. It looks like they did. Yedije was trained in on him. The Blade Storm for both, but it's Zeus to bring the thunder. And Yumpy falling to the same storm. BBL, they were knocking on victory's door.
Back pauses for guys. We talk about this guy's impact. And sure, there's been some huge individual plays, some
To the players eventually. This is just like the simulations for FUT. They were down, but not out. With 1 round left to compete for, it's a direct approach to A. Confirmation that the hit will come in off the back of the Nightfall.
Why would they be delayed? Unless they assume somebody's going to be within the site. Sociable's done well, though. That pick makes things interesting. It also gets him the Armageddon. An ult that can be used to clear a lot of that backside, maybe even push them back into the spawn, instead moving them early into an awkward position. Magnum's done well. Already another pick, cracks within the site. Hunter's Fury being utilized to try and do some damage, but it really hasn't slowed them too much. In fact, yumpi is already on that defuse. I think a drone's being utilized from outside the site. There was no one left to deny them. Right at the depths, BBL will take us to overtime.
In the hands of BBL and movement towards the B site. They've just been spotted.
Dead. It's 50 HP. He's taken so much damage. Cracks at the back of site was impressive, but I feel like this is going to be a ruse. Try and sell the idea that maybe Yedege is elsewhere, maybe he's not swinging. Solid flash, both peeking off the back of it. They've been stunned up in the corner of the site, but yet to be cleared, and eventually both go down.
Easy fight. Mr. Fallen, oh, he's gone. He's put in the dirt as Sociable emerges, and the ult is sent straight in. And Sociable.
Salvo's back online. The timing to slow them down could be there, but he's got to try and get it spot on. I don't know if he has. No, exactly. The players are held out. It's only Zeus that's managed to make it forward. The rest of the team are hightailing it back towards the side, but Zeus and Anacap. Yedege's spot is known, but even if they clear him, there's so many more. Overtime is all but guaranteed.
I don't know how Yedege survived so long. He's got 2 HP, almost wanted him to
control. They need to clear Yedege. He's been the bane of their life in terms of these rotations. He's still going to take one with him. No. Caught with the util, and eventually
they need to worry about. Salvos will give that away. Goes the paranoia, the swing from Zeus as a response, though. Just as they want to push, he goes pushing into them. Tagged up, but he goes down below. A little bit of extra armor from the wood as Captain cleans it up. The attack side again.
Killjoy utility online. Although they should have a pretty decent idea when the turret will be heard. Steps from Zeus already fully rotating as they look to go back in the other direction. Mr. Fallen holding the angle ready. In fact, he takes the early swing. The trade, though, is decent from Sociable. Makes things even, and this lurk from Magnum is filthy. That's going to put real pressure on the B side. Keep players here, leaving just Captain alone on the other side of the map. He's had his hero moments, but this will not be one of them. And the lurk from Magnum is sublime.
Operator in play for yumpi.
Yeah, this is unusual, especially on the initiator. It means that you're going to have pieces missing in terms of utility, and you're not going to have any shields, but when you tried everything else, you just got to try aggression. Levin, he's tried to bait the fact that he's run away. Instead, he still sticks around and takes a second.
Presence, he goes aggressive. He doesn't have support, but doesn't need it. The smoke bought him a little extra space, but they've stepped through it. Yedege onto Prophet, causes problem. Come in just from one angle. Now they're sending that man late with the operator of all weapons, and he's found his mark. Yedege down and out, and the only players left are in under the op, swinging in slowly. Captain finds him looking for Sociable and cracks with the trade. Be nothing but attacking rounds. This is FUT's chance to break the mold, to find themselves an advantage that may see Ascent back in their hands. This province can be seized, and this is the first step to success. Prophet and Magnum stand in their way. It's now just one, but they're desperately low. A few shots landed, and it's back in BBL's favor. Dead. They get an early notification that the A site is lost, taken over by FUT. And they're already in. It doesn't matter. The salvos are too late. The dash got past them. The plant will be secured. Sociable looking to make a play, and he's got one at least.
Cracks under the site is still lurking below, holding that ground, but Prophet found another. Half defusal, not quite garnered, but it's now left all onto Yedege. The spray's a little bit wild. He's going to go jumping through. He'll clutch it out. Another Red Bull clutch, this time in FUT's favor. And it just keeps on going.
From yumpi. He's going to be here, and he's going to be here on time. Other side of the smoke. Swinging in, gets one. Magnum with the trade, and Prophet catches lurk on A. Players falling, and Spike dropped in the open. They need the picks now. The time's not there to get the plant, and it's done and dusted. A solution in overtime, the defending rounds now. South, the battle for this province falling back into the hands of one of these teams, but neither wants to let go. Deep play from Levin, it's risky, and it doesn't pay off with Mr. Fallen. It's a three-piece, and Magnum, he's been great. He's had his rounds, but not this time.
Magnum, though, is still there and still kicking. He could be the distraction, and then Levin's there on the swing around.
You see it closing out the round. Also, that deep control held late, so important. I don't want to read a single comment about Zeus. Oh, his opening duels, he didn't get as many picks as Levin did. Look at this guy entering. He's always on his own, man.
Magnum sees, hasn't landed, but Sociable in middle again. That's Yedajay down. He has been the hero of so many of these rounds. Now Magnum under pressure, but he doesn't catch the timing. That's the opener they need.
Sociable could be just around the corner, but his timing is but so is Sociable's aim. A 3v4 now. Levels up 3 versus 3. The time ticking though. BBL, the ones that need to make a move. You can't wait for that utility, but they're sprayed down. It's a bloodbath, leaving Levin to pick up all of the pieces. The dash in deep catches them off guard, but not for the kill. And the time against him. He needed to force the issue. Hey, that's risky.
Wants to have that element of surprise still. They need to clear the back line, and while Krax is there again, this is his position. And you best believe you need to hit your shots immediately. It's gonna be another opportunity for FUT to close out this game. Come to mid. They are playing within the smoke. The majority of the players around this spot on the map, just walk through it like nobody would ever be there. Sociable's played there so many times. The quick thinking of FUT, though, is to go back towards the A side. BBL are matching them, though. They are hightailing it in this direction. Profek in position. Shots not connected initially, but he's still holding the line! It's down to just add a captain, another clutch needed, and he could just teleport to the other side of the map. He can plant for himself.
That Ada Captain's found himself taking no chances. He knows by now that the play is not through spawn. He's hearing the steps even now, the door closing. Knows exactly where Magnum is, and he just faces, swings wide, but misses every single shot. Time bought, the Prowler will confirm his position. It might get him half. Magnum's gonna stick it, the swing out. He's not making it now, pulls his gun out, but it's too late. It's too late, he needs to kill, and he doesn't have time anymore. It's done, and a captain's pulled it across the line. Another Red Bull clutch to keep the game going, Tom. It's history, no matter what.
Yeah,
we've already beaten partnership, but now that's 24-22 minimum.
This will equal the longest map in Valorant history in that tier 1.
This baiting those rotations, but this time FUT's still in position. Krax and Yedajay waiting patiently inside that B site as they spread the net, looking to catch FUT. It's the extra contact. Where's the play? Well, Yedajay's about to have it, but they're looking the wrong way. He's got a shot, and he hits both with Yumpy landing nothing. It's Profek in the clutch of his life, a 1v5 deep in overtime. Can he still find a way to dig that little bit deeper? 20 seconds. Picks needed. The plant with 15, he needs to go. He needs to run, and they're waiting for him. Beautiful stuff from FUT.
A third defender makes their way in. Sociable's done the work. And now it's already falling apart. 23 seems guaranteed. There is not going to be a single pick going the other way. And in zone flawless. Push. We haven't seen a play like this just yet. Timing's going to be everything, but the crossfire is perfect.
Well done.
Perfect synergy from Levin and Magnum that gives them a double. Ada Captain's going to play as much of an off angle as he can, but he's caught by the knife. They're going to know he's here. The trade needs to be there, and it is again. Perfect work from this deadly duo, and now Levin goes back for more. A second, a third bite of the cherry. And on all that remains in their way is Yedajay, but you can't give this man.
That's right. Look at the utility. Sociable still has his easy ability online. Indeed, it will be sent out early before the tap.
With 40 deaths. I don't think he'll be beating that anytime soon.
In fact, triple mid-hold. But the smoke is going to leave them, but they swing on in. Mr. Fallen, good for one. A second, though, bought back by FUT. Denying that aggression immediately. The op not finding its mark.
Of course, it's not a similar boat to having that Sentinel and having that additional utility. Evan needs to try and catch a timing here, and he doesn't, almost loses his life for it, in fact. Knowing that they're going to have a decent idea that there's a player still behind them that they need to deal with. An open plant ready for that Yedege lurk to come back through. And I'll be honest with you, it seems like an oversight. They've completely forgotten that he's there, swinging in from behind, but they found every single pick. Time is ticking, though. Yedege left to try and do it all. Needs to try and save this team one more time, hits the headshot, needs to get the spam, but instead it's the defusal! It is finally done! Right in front of their noses!
25-23, a record set and a record set straight